on Blade Runner. I went to the DP and I said, what are your lens packages you're using? I don't use anything wider than a 25 and nothing longer than a 40. That was the whole show. I said, okay, this is Roger Deakins, a world-class director of photography. And Roger goes, we're going to shoot it. You're going to shoot it on a 50-foot Technocrane. I said, no, Roger, the best way to shoot it is I can come in with a drone. I can come in from 400 feet and just come screaming down. And we went back and forth.
Most people think that the second unit is where they send the B team, to pick up the car chases or the explosions. It's not. On a big studio film, the second unit director maybe shoots 30% of the movie. And if that footage doesn't match perfectly to the first unit, same lenses, same style, same feel, it's unusable. And you're done. Joel Kramer has directed second unit on some of the biggest films ever made. Blade Runner 2049, the Fast and Furious franchise, Terminator. And in this episode, he explains how the job actually works and what happened when he went toe-to-toe with one of the greatest cinematographers in history.
When I'm directing second unit for a big A-list director or a director, they're giving me 30% of the movie to shoot for them. So I have to storyboard it, pre-visit, make sure, get the right DP, get everything done. Because if I'm not shooting anything that works for him, I'm done. You shouldn't be able to tell the difference from my footage and first unit's footage. It should meld perfectly. A lot of times as a second unit director, I'll sit with the director and we will design the whole sequence shot for shot. And they go, give me exactly what I want. Yes, sir. After you get me what I want, go play, get anything else you want, but make sure I get what I want. Yes, sir. That's my job. It's not my movie. I want to be his right hand. There's other directors. They don't want anything to do with the action. They go, Joel, storyboard it, show it to me, go shoot it. Tell me what I need to shoot with my talking heads. For instance, on Blade Runner, I went to the DP and I said, what are your lens packages you're using? I don't use anything wider than a 25 and nothing longer than a 40. That was the whole show. I said, okay, this is Roger Deakins, a world-class director of photography. So every shot that I designed in the previs was all within his lens, limits. Roger Deakins can be tough. And he doesn't like second unit directors. He likes to shoot everything, but I had to shoot a lot of stuff. And Roger actually came up to me and said, I like your work. You've shot everything you said you were going to do, just like we wanted it with the lenses. Thank you. And that was kind of nice. But we had this one sequence where the flying car that they flew in is called a spinner. And it crashes, I had to shoot this whole sequence where these people shoot an anchor into it and they want to crash the spinner into this huge trash basin. And they want to rob it of its valuable mineral. So I shot the whole sequence. We have to crash it. And they want a POV of this thing coming down. And Roger goes, we're going to shoot it. You're going to shoot it on a 50-foot Technocrane. I said, no, Roger, the best way to shoot it is I can come in with a drone. I can come in from 400 feet and just come screaming down. And we went back and forth. I finally went to Denis and I said, Denis, let me shoot some test footage with the drone. And I think you and he goes, Joel. He goes, shoot it. Don't worry about the Deakins factor. He laughed and I went and shot it and they looked at it in dailies and guess who was using the drone for first unit? Roger Deakins. If Ryan's a killing machine, I want it brutal and fast because this is what they are programmed to do. Ryan's a really nice guy. I mean, he's genuine. And when we were in the beginning of Blade Runner, he had a lot of fights to do. So I wrote out all the fights like a dictionary. I write them out choreographed. Each punch, each knife slash, how we're going to do it. So I sat with him one-on-one. We sat for an hour. We talked. And he finally looked at me and said, Joel, thank you for putting it together like a dance. Because I'm not a fighter. I'm a dancer. He did a great job, and we had an actress on there who he had to fight. And she was supposed to be one of these replicants. And this actress was so into her method. Nice lady. But we trained her. I could train a stunt person to do this fight in 4 hours. I could train a regular actress that's got a lot of prowess. 3, 4, 5 days rehearsals with her. She's got it down. 5 weeks later, she still doesn't have the moves down. I brought in a gal from London named Chloe Bruce, one of the finest martial arts stunt women fighters I have ever seen. She does moves and bends with her body that are just alien. And when I showed her tape to the producer, they go, "That's what we want for the Replicant fight." The fight between her and Ryan, it's a pretty incredible sequence. It's fast, it's brutal, it's real. Ryan gets the shit kicked out of him, and he delivers it right back.
Next time on Double Take, Robin Williams, Dustin Hoffman, and the funniest man on any set that Joel has ever worked with.